Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of Victory IS. Today we are going to discuss an important topic again related to marine ecosystem. In this session we shall be discussing about the contemporary issues that pertains to the tiny and the microorganisms that are found in the marine ecosystem that have been recently discovered, and they hold great significance for the upcoming prelims examination. As you already know that we have discussed several topics related to marine ecosystem. The fish species have been already covered in two videos. One video we took to cover crocodile species. We have already covered turtles. Now we are going to cover the micro and the tiny species which are found, which have been recently discovered by the scientists in India as well as beyond India. And let's begin with the first topic. Let's see what all we have to discuss. Let me tell you in the beginning itself that will take around half an hour to cover 5-6 topics which have been seen in the past 2 years. Okay, so let's begin with the first topic. The first one is related to an amphipod. So a discovery which was seen in just a second. A discovery which has been seen in Odisha. So the researchers from the Barham University of Odisha have recently discovered a new marine amphipod. So a new marine amphipod has been discovered, and this is for the first time discovered in India. It is for the first time recorded in India, and the name of that amphipod is Demarchestia elanensis. So just write the name. This name itself is a question for the prelims examination, that this was recently seen in the news, and it is the description for which of the following. So 4 options should be given. We will see the questions as well. So this Demarchestia elanensis, which is an amphipod, remember that it is an amphipod. So amphipod, if you know, they belongs to anthropods. Anthropod family, not exactly family, but I'll tell you how these taxonomic classifications are being done, but they belong to anthropods. Anthropods, if you know, anthropods have hard exoskeleton. They are invertebrates. They have hard exoskeleton and they have segmented body. These are the characteristics of the anthropods. So these anthropods, among this anthropod, an amphipod has been discovered. A new marine amphipod has been discovered in India, and it is discovered in the Chilika lakes, in the muddy shores of Chilika Lake. So Chilika Lake, if you know, it is in Odisha, and it is one of the important Ramsar site as well in Odisha. And Chilika Lake, it is a brackish water lake. So this means that this amphipod primarily inhabits in the brackish water. They are not found in the fresh water. So these are the facts that would be written if at all they frame a question which is statement based. So in the brackish water of Chilika, Odisha, the scientists or the researchers from Berhampur University, Odisha have uncovered a hidden resident For the first time in India, a new marine amphipod species has been recorded. So, this is found in sandy, muddy shores of the lake. That is the habitat, and the significance is that it is an important bioindicator of the coastal ecosystem and a key player in nutrient recycling, means that it is the part of the food chain and food web. So, this is the discovery which has taken place in Odisha. Now, moving to the question, that the simplest question that could be there, do remember that these microorganisms, these tiny organisms are difficult to remember. So, the name itself is a question. You should not expect yourself that you can remember all the biological technical details with respect to these species. That is the job of a medical expert or somebody who is a biologist, who is a researcher. So, as a UPSC aspirant, our job is to know the things from the general perspective. That is why the paper is general studies. So, just remember the name and the important properties and link it with the already existing knowledge that you have, like the knowledge of taxonomic classification. So, in school days in biology you have been taught taxonomic classification, which starts from domain, the largest category of the life forms. Domains are the largest category of all life forms that is found on the earth on the basis of number of organisms. So, domain. So, then after domain there is kingdom, then phylum is there. So, anthropods are the phylum, then further phylum is divided into class, and then class is further divided into order, then it is further order is further divided into family, and then family is further divided into genus, and then last it is species. So, it is the smallest category in the taxonomic classification based on the number of species. So, over here there would be least number of the organisms, not species, the better word would be organisms. So, least number of organisms are there in the single species, right. So, this is the taxonomic classification that we have already seen during the school days. So, just there could be a question to arrange them from ascending to descending order. Some 2-3 categories would be given and you could be asked to arrange them. Anyway, moving further to this question is that which of the following species was recently discovered in Chilika Lake represents first record of genus from India. So, not this one, these will also talk about after one or two topics. Then this one is the one that they are talking about. This is the species that have been recently discovered, an amphipod which have been recently discovered in Odisha, to be more precise in the Chilika Lake, in the muddy sandy shores of Chilika Lake. So, this is the right answer. So, just remember the name Dima orchestia, and I think if you know some of the important features, the job would be done. Then second species, the second microalgae that has been discovered in the Western Ghat. This is a microalgae. So, this microalgae, which is Gomphoneema rajaguruvi. So, this rajaguruvi is the name taken from Professor S.N. Rajguru. So, he was a geoarchaeologist, a famous geoarchaeologist. Also, he was a faculty member in Deccan College. So, since his discoveries, his findings, and his research, his studies were based on the evolution of the species, due to tectonic movement. We know that during the geological history of the earth, there have been tectonic movements. Earlier it was a Pangea, and then Pangea broke into certain continents, and then the final the distribution of continents that we have today was not same 200 million years ago. So, during this evolution, during this movement, certain species evolved. So, he was specialized in in conducting the research and studies with respect to that evolution of the species which occurred due to the tectonic movement. So, this renowned scientist or researcher has been given some recognition after the discovery of this microalgae. So, this microalgae, Gomphonemia rajgurui, it was discovered in western Ghats of Maharashtra. So, to be more precise, it was discovered in Mahabaleshwar Hill. Mahabaleshwar Hills, the picturesque hill near to Pune, the beautiful, the iconic hill near Pune, where river Krishna originates. So, this is where the origin of Krishna river. The Krishna river is a peninsular river flowing eastward. This is where it originates, Mahabaleshwar Hills, and in these hills, in fact, in the valleys of Krishna river over there is called Krishna Bai river. Locally it is called Krishna Bai river. In fact, Krishna Bai temple is also there. So, over there this microalgae has been discovered. It is a freshwater algae. Do remember that it is a freshwater. To be more technical, it is a diatom algae. So, diatom species are the unicellular species. Diatoms are the unicellular species. With simple cell structure, simple or basic cell structure. The cell structure is basic, means the nucleus will not be there, the plasma membrane would be there, the basic cell structure would be there, but that complexity in the cell has not yet developed. So, they are the basic simple cell structures without nucleus. Do remember, they do not have the nucleus. These are the basic things that you have already read during the school days, but yes, these are the important facts, these are the important learnings that you should carry to the examination hall. Anyway, so these diatoms are the lungs of water bodies. Why they are said to be lungs of water bodies? They are said to be lungs of the water bodies because of the fact that they carry out the process of photosynthesis. You should know that plants are specialized to carry out this process of photosynthesis, but there are algae as well which carry out the process of photosynthesis. So, these algae are not true plants. These algae, these microalgae are not true plants. They are not the true plants, but yes, they carry out the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis ka matlab they make use of the organic matter, and that organic matter combines with oxygen and ultimately some energy is released along with the CO2, right. So, in this process of photosynthesis, they are releasing large amount of CO2 and absorbing oxygen amount present in the, not this, I'm really sorry, they combine with CO2 and release oxygen. I'm really sorry for this. So, in the process of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is captured, from the ocean it is captured, and then ultimately they release large amount of oxygen as well as energy that ultimately helps in carbon cycling. So, they are playing a role in carbon cycling as well. So, that is why they are the lungs of the water bodies, right, because they carry out the activity of photosynthesis. They serve as critical bioindicators. Obviously, all the organisms present in the majority of the organisms will act as the critical bioindicators, helping scientists assess water quality. And then these Western Ghats continue to prove itself as a hotspot. We know that Western Ghat is biodiversity hotspot for a number of reasons, because of the rich flora and fauna that is found there, and not only rich flora and fauna, the microalgal diversity is also very high in Western Ghat region. So, these are the facts. The first thing you should know, the name Gomphoneema rajgurui, and this microalgae, you should know that it is a microalgae, or if not, you should know that it is an algae which carries out the process of photosynthesis. And this new discovery is confined to Western Ghats of Maharashtra, the Krishna Valley, where the river originates, and that place is called Mahabaleshwar. So, these facts you should any day remember. Okay, then moving further. So, look at the question that is there. The question says that a newly discovered diatom Gomphoneema rajgurui was found in which of the geographical area? Very straight and direct question, but again either you know it or you do not know it. So, it is in the Krishna Bai river or Krishna river, or in the valleys of Krishna river in Mahabaleshwar, or they might write Western Ghats of Maharashtra, anything. This is not the point, obviously not this, and this is something else. We will talk about this over here. Some jellyfish has been discovered. We will talk about that, don't worry. So, then moving further, another discovery related to Leptistheria species. So, Leptistheria species, if you know, they are the shrimps. They are clam shrimps. Clam shrimps means they have a bivalve like structure, they open up and close. So, they are clam shrimps. In fact, these species which have been discovered, they are named as Leptistheria chalukyi and Leptistheria gomantaki. So, Chalukya is the name given because of Chalukya dynasty. Chalukya dynasty, if you know, during the medieval times, they were confined in southern part of India and central part of India, and this discovery was done in Karnataka, Badami region of Karnataka. This Badami region of Karnataka, where this discovery was done, and this has been named after the Chalukya dynasty, this species, and this is Gomantaki, is a place in Goa where this discovery was done. So, accordingly the names have been given. So, just remember that this Leptistheria species which have been discovered, they are, first of all, they are spiny to be more specific, they are spiny clam shrimps. I hope we already know what are the shrimps. Shrimps are basically the sea foods जो हम लोग खाते हैं roast करके, fry करके. So those shrimps they are spiny clam shrimps, and they have been discovered in the plains of Karnataka and Goa. So this recent discovery is confined to Goa and Karnataka. In Karnataka, the one has been discovered is called Chalukki, and the one which has been discovered in Goa is Gomintaki. So just remember the name first thing, and they are again found in the freshwater pools, and not only freshwater pools, they are found in the temporary freshwater pools. It means that they are well adapted to the temporary freshwater pools. Matlab water is available for certain period of the time, and they are well adapted to that period of the time itself. So that is why their survival strategy, these pools dry up quickly, and the shrimps have evolved or adapted themselves. Their life cycles is adapted in such a manner that they mature in that time period itself. So that is why it is an important discovery, and it is also significant in understanding the monsoon dependent biodiversity. So such shrimps are referred to as monsoon dependent biodiversity. Such lines could be written in the statement based questions that they are the example of monsoon dependent biodiversity. So yes, so there are certain things that you should know again, the name first thing, and then where they have been discovered, and then what are the important characteristics, that there are the freshwater pools. They are found in the freshwater pools, that too temporary, and link this temporary with the monsoon dependency, because monsoon is not throughout the year, it is occurring in certain period of the year. So that is why they are well adapted to the temporary freshwater pools. Okay, and what is that adaptation? That adaptation is basically rapid life cycle. They have a short life cycle. Yes? Okay. Then moving further. The question is again the simple one, but it is based on the characteristics, the traits with reference to clam shrimps, the Leptostheria. Which of the following is correct? So correct one, they are deep sea, or no, they are not deep sea. They are found in the shallow water pools. So this goes incorrect. So no. And submarine vents does not make sense because they are found in the fresh water. So either you know this or you know this. So both the parts are incorrect. So that is why this goes incorrect. They inhabit temporary freshwater pools and have rapid life cycles. Both the things are making sense. We have just now read it. They are large crustaceans. They are the crustaceans, but they are not associated with the estuarine mud flats. No, they are found in the fresh water. So in the muddy flats they cannot be found, right? So that is why this one is also incorrect. And they are exclusively marine species. No, they are not the marine species, because you know they are found in the freshwater pools, the temporary freshwater pools. Then moving further, a new discovery in Hong Kong. This discovery pertains to Hong Kong, and in the Maipo Nature Reserve of Hong Kong, this discovery has been seen. The discovery is having the characteristics that the jellyfish, basically it is a jellyfish has been found here. That jellyfish is the box jellyfish. You can look at the picture. This is how it looks, somewhat transparent and having jellies, and they are the venomous in nature. They are containing venoms, and they are found in the mangroves of Maipo Nature Reserve. So it is found in, first thing, it was found in the urban landscape of Hong Kong. So now this will give a hint to the researchers that the urban landscape is also resulting into certain kinds of adaptation, and so that is why the focus would be to study the urban landscapes as well for the new studies. So this box jellyfish, the discovery proves that new marine species can be found in heavily studied urban coastlines as well. The new one opens avenues for studying venom evolution and mangrove biodiversity. So why this venom evolution is there, that is yet to be studied कि ये venom क्यों उनकी body में आया, कैसे वो evolution हुआ, that study is yet to be done, that research is yet to be done. But till now we know that the Tripedalia mypocensis. So mypo is the name taken from the nature reserve where it has been discovered, and Tripedalia mypocensis is the name of this box jellyfish. So at least remember this much, that it is a box jellyfish which has been discovered in Hong Kong, and since now you know mypo, and it is a nature reserve which is related to mangrove forest. In the coastal areas, mangroves are developed, and in that area this venomous jellyfish has been discovered. Okay, then have a look at the question. So very simple question, Tripedalia mypocensis, recently in news, it is what? So it is a newly discovered species of box jellyfish. Other things does not make sense. So the last topic for the day. This is an important study, an important research which says that only 3% of the prokaryoplanktons, so 3% of the prokaryoplanktons account for nearly 33% of the ocean respiration. Respiration matlab कि you will require oxygen and then you will release CO2. So only 3% of the prokaryoplanktons are again unicellular organisms, marine organisms, and they are consuming nearly 33% of the oxygen present in the ocean. So once some climatic models are to be developed, so these things has to be taken into account, right? So this is an important discovery that only 3% of the prokaryoplanktons are consuming nearly 33% of the oxygen present in the ocean. This implies that a tiny fraction of the microbes, these are the microorganisms, regulate a massive portion of the global carbon cycle, right? So the earlier one was responsible for carbon capture, this one is responsible for carbon release, but obviously they are contributing in global carbon cycle, necessitating a change in how we build climate models. So whenever we are talking about the climate models, this is an important research, this is an important study that has to be taken into account. Okay, so if I tell you about these prokaryoplanktons, they comprise of nearly 90% of all the cells which are found in the ocean ecosystem. So this comprises of nearly 90% of the total cells that are there in the ocean ecosystem. But yes, now moving to the question, it is saying that a recent study showing 3% of the ocean prokaryoplanktons account for 1/3 of the respiration. What does it imply? It implies a small subset of microbes controls major carbon cycling, yes, because they are responsible for release of large amount of carbon dioxide. Ocean productivity is uniform, no. this cannot be uniform across the microbial groups. No, this is not possible. Different microbial groups will have different productivity level of the CO2. So, this is incorrect, right. Then climate models must integrate obviously. So, this one, if you are making some climate model, you should also take into account the microbial diversity for better accuracy. So, 1 and 3 should be the right answer. Okay, so let me show you one more question, question which is mix of two discoveries. What is the ecological importance of newly discovered amphipod? The amphipod which was discovered in Odisha, Chilika Lake of Odisha, the brackish water of Odisha, and then clam shrimps. So, the one which was discovered in Western Ghats. Question is saying, what is the ecological importance of the newly discovered species? So, they act as predator. If you remember, none of them acted as predators, so it is incorrect. Yes, they indicate the health of the freshwater and coastal ecosystems. Yes, I told you that both are important bioindicators about the health of the ocean ecosystem. They contribute to ozone regeneration. No, we did not study any such property. They are primary agents of no. So, they are found in the, this one is found in the brackish water, and this one, the clam shrimp, Leptostheria, if you remember, they are found in the fresh water. So, the most appropriate one would be the B part. So, such questions could be there in the examination hall. In fact, one more question could be there, wherein nowadays UPSC is framing the questions having 3 columns, match the following type questions, wherein 3 columns are given. So, one column they might write these species, the name of those species. The second column might be having the location where they have been discovered, and third column, some characteristic feature could be written, the important feature could be written, and those 3 columns you need to see which of the options have been correctly matched. So, such questions could be framed. At least you should prepare these topics through those match the following type questions. So, these are the species that were related to the marine ecosystem. We will come up with one more session related to the marine discoveries, and this would be all for the day. Thank you so much.